What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach T with Chicago Bears 360. Listen, man, it's game day. That's right, it's game day. Bears at Packers, season finale. All the hype, all the talk, everything's on the line. Listen, I thought I was going to be tired because I wasn't able to sleep getting into this, man. But the moment y'all popped on, I had all the smoke, all the energy for y'all. Listen, we're going to talk the marathon session. I got an open invite going on because it's the season finale. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people popping in. I got a lot of smoke, you know what I'm saying, for the Green Bay Packers today. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the channel stay up. We won't have no issues, no glitching, none of that, man. I'm ready to get into it, man. I'm pumped up. Bears versus Packers. Y'all know what the deal is, man. Cue the intro, maestro. Let's go.
Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I fill my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
And just like that, we're back, man. Welcome to Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. Listen, man, I'm calling this the FGB Show. Everybody that knows, if you're Bears fans, you know what FGB stands. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all ahead of time. This is not the show to have your kids and you know what I'm saying, in a room and having audio. You want your headphones for today's show. I'm telling you. Look, I can't even get my hat straight. You want headphones for today's show because it's definitely the fuck Green Bay show. You know what I'm saying? Everything on the line. Everybody running their mouth. We got civil war within the Bears community, Bears fandom going on. We got some haters. We got some Judas Benedict Arnolds even within our own fan base that's rooting against our own team just to make a point. Just to make a point. You know what I'm saying? All the infatuation with Caleb Williams. I'm going to go ahead and call it out. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm going to say what it is today. We don't care about that today. We don't care about Caleb Williams. We don't care about Jaden Daniels. We don't care about, you know what I'm saying, Drake May. We don't care about Michael Penix Jr. Today, we play the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau. That big toilet bowl of a stadium. You know what I'm saying? I was there last year. I got some pictures around here somewhere. Oh, it's on my phone. I was there last year for the Sunday night game. Thought it was a bucket list moment. Let me travel up to Green Bay. I'm going to travel to Lambeau. See Justin Fields versus the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to sit in the 100 section, about 10 rows up, catch the game. Almost had to put my hands on the dude. You know what I'm saying? Packers fans. Lambeau, by the way, is the toilet bowl of NFL Stadium. This is a nice edifice. I'll give them credit. But it's the Chrysler 300 with Bentley badges on it. They dressed up the outside, but they got bleacher seats on the inside. So it's garbage to me. You know what I'm saying? Should have sent them a bill for a chiropractor bill. I mean, out there sitting on the bleacher seats for over 3 hours in the cold. Come on, man. And what the hell is Green Bay anyway? Like, you're not even deserving of an NFL franchise. Give Portland a franchise. Oregon, up there with Nike headquarters there with there's some good football fans up there. University of Oregon, you know what I'm saying? They turn out big crowds. Move the Fackers up there. They don't even deserve a franchise in Green Bay. What the hell? It was an overglorified dairy farm posing as an NFL stadium in that puke-ass green. You know what I'm saying? And these idiots are so stupid that they can't tell the difference between yellow and gold. It's freaking yellow. It's not gold. The New Orleans Saints wear gold. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking yellow. You know what I'm saying? Like the color of my piss when I'm dehydrated. Yeah, that color, yellow. Freaking idiots. Yeah, I hope we have some Packers fans in here today. Because I got smoke for you. Shout out to the comment section. Y'all know I'm coming in hot today. I got all the smoke. I don't even know where to start. I was so anxious to get on today that I forgot to clip up my videos. But I got a way of getting to that too. I'll find it on YouTube because I got some hot smoke. Listen, man, what's going on with everybody? Got to give a shout out to the DM section, man. Let me slide and do this segment. Hey, listen, I have no format today. I'm just talking shit for the next 2 hours, right? I just want to talk shit for the next 2 hours about the Green Bay Packers. I'm so pumped for this game. I was anxious to jump on and just talk. And because my big thing is the big finale, and I don't know when I'm going to get to it for today's show is this, right? Y'all can see my eyes. I'm damn sleepy. I hardly getting sleep for this game. My big finale. I know this. I'm gonna be out of format a lot for this show, but my big finale for today's show is this. I have a rebuttal to Kyle Brandt's supposed pregame speech that he gave and directed at Justin Fields. And it kind of went viral on Twitter and all that stuff. I think he put it out on Friday and all. I got a rebuttal to that. That's probably my big finale for today's show as we lead into this game. Because everybody was like, oh, shit, I'm so fired up, run through a brick wall and all this. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Listen, coach is going to give you a proper pregame speech. I haven't rehearsed anything. I don't have anything written down. But you know what? When you really do this, it doesn't take, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't take rehearsal. It doesn't take preparation. When you do this in real life, you don't have to rehearse the pregame speech. You think about some thoughts ahead of time. And I haven't really thought about a great analogy or anything to try to, you know what I'm saying, communicate the level of importance of this game today. I haven't rehearsed anything. So my kind of rebuttal pregame speech is going to come from the heart. And it's going to be a little bit of a rebuttal to Kyle Brandt's. Take this. Oh, my daughter was playing around my head. Take this damn thing off. What is that? It's my rebuttal to Kyle Brandt's version of a pregame speech that he directed oddly at Justin Fields of all people on this roster. But before I get to that, man, let me holler at my people down in the DM section, man. Y'all know how we do it. Let's go.
Did you get like some crazy DMs or what?
Very.
Surprises or no?
Are you talking like blue check marks?
Yeah, like
people who be sliding and I'm like, wow, y'all fuck with me like that.
Yeah, y'all rock with me like that, man. That's y'all down in DM section. By the way, man, I was going all the way out last week. I was just getting over illness, man. I was ill all the way from I think like the 29th all the way up through the 1st to 2nd. I went back to work on the 3rd. So the night before the 2nd, I was sick. So I haven't done any shows in the past week or so because I was sick. That's why I couldn't wait to get back, man. Peep the jacket, by the way, man. I love this thing. Big Bears energy. Y'all see, you got the Chicago Bears on the back. Shout out to my wife, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me slide up, get some names, man. Listen, if it's ugly, if it's out of format and all that other stuff, man, y'all don't charge it to my head, not to the heart. I'm not trying to have a pretty show today because guess what? Y'all gonna get me started already about the speech. I'm not gonna get started. I'm trying to calm down. Take a deep breath, right? Black Diamond, man, welcome, man. Welcome back. Berlismo, Cornelius Sales, CS, my guy, James Ford. Thank y'all, man, by the way, for supporting throughout the season, man. CBP Films, y'all been here throughout the season. Mr. Mayhem, right? Bear Truth 9, he's been here like since day one, last season. Ralph Love, thank you for hanging out with us today. All right, Locked and Loaded, I see you here, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all for hanging out throughout the season, man. You guys have been and rocked with me throughout the season. It's been a long season, 18-game season, the highs and the lows. You know what I'm saying? This is our season finale. Now, I'm going to get into, you know what I'm saying, breaking down players, film, especially these quarterbacks next week, next Tuesday, next Thursday. Probably next Tuesday may not happen because I have a meeting about a potential coaching gig. So I'm taking that meeting. Excited about that. Hopefully that goes well. Let me fix my collar, man. What I got going on here? I'm trying to can't get comfortable, man. I'm anxious, man. I wish I could play in this game. This is one of those games where you want to lace them up, bro. You want to lace them up. You want to get out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm about 325 right now, 330. I know it don't show up on camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm good for about a 3 technique right now. 1, you can put me at the 1, 2. I can get you. I'm still quick enough to get you some gap penetration at the 1 technique still. You know what I'm saying? Not too many buttons. They ain't going well, right? It's one of those games you want to play in, man. It's one of those games you want to be at. I was actually fighting up until last night not to actually make the trip to Lambeau today. But I know if I would have went by myself, it'll probably be a bad idea. But just like that, I told y'all we're going to have guests popping in, man. So I'm not going to delay it, man. I'm going to let him get himself set up. He give me the thumbs up. I'm going to let it ride. Hopefully he can hear me on the other side. I'm letting guests pop in today, man. Like I said, we're not organizing the show. But I'm going to go ahead and bring him up. My guy, Steve-O. Let me bring him on. Bring him on camera, man. What's up, Steve-O?
Yo, it's game day. It's time to smack some mugs in their mouth. I'm tired of the meat packers. Yeah, I call them meat packers because that's where they got their name from. It ain't got nothing to do with no cheese. They was packing meat. So let's send them back to their factories and let it go. Shred some cheese up in this mug.
Steve-O came in hot.
I'm hot. I'm definitely hot. I'm on that today.
Listen, man. So I was just telling the chat, man. Listen, Steve-O, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. And it's not because I'm worried or nothing. It's just like you just it's like, look, man, you know when you ready to bust somebody's ass. It's one of those things. Like I gotta get on, you know what I'm saying? You done ran your mouth, you done fucked up. So now I gotta get on your ass. It's just like that. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was the only one. I've been up since like 3 o'clock. And I'm saying, like, bro, why am I up? Then I find myself watching stuff, watching more tape on them. I said, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's really, man, it's really about the game. It's already a rivalry, right? But I think because you add the element of the pseudo civil war, it's really not a civil war, really. If we really call it what it is, man, it's a loud 20-30% of Bears fans that are making the most noise, making it sound like it's a 50-50 split. And you add that to the element, you know what I'm saying, which is stupid to me because just last week when we beat the Falcons the way we did, I don't know if you was paying attention, Steve-O, to Twitter, but the Caleb Williams apologists, bro, they was doing concession speeches and shit, long ass book messages, and it was like they were writing obituaries. It was over, and I'm like, bro, what is wrong with y'all? It's not even that serious. Like, well, you know, because all the we won't Fields chants out there, then all of a sudden you could feel that they felt defeated after last week's game.
They went into a corner, and I don't know where that corner is at because we couldn't find them. They was quiet. They weren't saying nothing. But you know what it was? They came out that corner last night just because of CJ Stroud, which was the funny thing to me. That's when they start creeping around. But it's weird. It's so weird to me because
Go ahead.
some of the main things they always say is you shouldn't be a Justin fan, you shouldn't be a Kellen fan, you should like what's on your chest. That's the Chicago Bears. So why are you sitting here not trying to kill these doggone Packers?
Hey, CBPM, DM me on DM me on X, man. I'll slide you the link. For sure.
Yeah,
Let me
that's the only thing.
and I'll check it here in a second. Just give me a heads up once you do. It's so stupid to me. You're right. It's like, bro, y'all writing concession speeches and all this other stuff on Sunday night because y'all see the fan base during the game let you know what they want. Justin Gate went out and ball, played his ass off. Again, despite the circumstances and the situation still, because we still don't have players in key positions. We still don't have a good play caller. We still don't. I watched the film. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was, they was pulling back some of their takes on Luke Getsy. And I was like, okay, yeah, we put up 37 points and all this other stuff. But when I went back and watched the film, even while sick, he still did stupid shit. And we put up 37 points. We didn't do it because of him. We did it because the players overcame him in a great degree. He still did dumb stuff. Now, did he dial up? He dialed up a few things here and there. Yeah, but the 10 second half points came off of a good punt return, right? That was the field goal. And then the interception at the end, the garbage interception at the end, we got the run for a touchdown. Those weren't manufactured points in the second half. He still hasn't put up any second half of a game. So I was like, why are we going crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I'm gonna let you speak on it, man. I'm fired up, bro.
Bro, like, and I think that's the because we be in this Twitter spaces and like it's almost like I'm talking at a wall when I start explaining Luke Getsy because like you said in a couple spaces ago, like a couple weeks ago, you said y'all harp on some of the good he does too hard because you don't sit there and realize the detriment of what he does to this team. And it's just it'd be key little things, but they don't realize that one little thing can mess up a whole drive. I was just talking to somebody in this space that explained me why CJ Stroud is the way he's playing. He said, hey, yeah, the man is an extremely talented quarterback. But he said one thing y'all not trying to say is Bobby Slowick is out there playing Ohio State football, CJ Stroud, with him in the NFL. That's what he's doing. He's not out there saying, oh, I want you to be with Justin. The same thing I tried to explain to him is I said, what they did with versus CJ versus Justin is they let him be CJ since day one.
Yeah.
Since day one, they didn't ask Justin to be two quarterbacks. And both of those quarterbacks are Hall of Famers. And that's Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off.
You good? Go ahead.
It cannot be over. I listen. I haven't watched a whole lot of Houston Texans football. I haven't watched a whole lot of CJ Stroud throughout the season. Right? I have just enough time to watch the Bears, do my show, break down film, rinse and repeat, do it again. Last night I actually watched the game, and within the first two quarters, you could sense the continuity. CJ had wide receivers running wide open, schemed, NFL open or otherwise, but still had players wide open. You could see on the live broadcast how the windows that were schemed as part of the route concepts were schemed in a way, or they were designed in a way that have nice concerted or nice continuity within the windows I'm always describing to you guys, right? And that the route concepts beat the coverages
every time.
They're defeating the coverage every time. And the people that don't pay attention to football will make it about
Oh, that's just CJ being
100%.
a good. He's just a good quarterback. He sees the field better. I'm like, no. I said I almost broke it down, and Black Diamond was there because we was in the chat last night. You know how if Mac in here, I love you back, but you know how you get. He was there. He brought up the I formation, and we like, what are you even bringing up the I formation for? We're not even talking about the I formation. I simply asked him, what is the most successful formation for CJ Stroud, and what's the most successful formation for Justin? And we was like, shotgun for CJ, under center for Justin. And for some reason, he couldn't answer that. And he said, what about the I formation? Is the quarterback under the center or is he under center? And I'm saying, like, what does the I formation got to do with anything?
Right.
It doesn't have nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, what Bobby Slowick is doing, he not going out there and saying, CJ, I need you to do a read option on first down.
Right.
No, because he know that's not his strength. They know that's not what they got him in shotgun. They got him, especially if they in man. He gonna do a lot of drags, a lot of crossbacks, so they can outrun that man.
Right.
And they got the players on that team to do it.
Shout out to Steve-O, by the way, for joining. I told y'all we're gonna have a lot of guests on the show. I don't know if we got audio, but I got my man Nomad in the building.
I heard him.
I asked him to pop in. What's up, Nomad?
What's going on, man?
Hey, big
Can y'all
fan.
hear me? I
can hear you fine.
I had to jump on my phone, man. I don't know what's going on with my laptop right now, man. What's going on, Steve-O? Coach, what's happening, man?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Lima Charlie, as we say in the Marine Corps, loud and clear. We read you. Read you. Lima Charlie, Nomad, man. Thanks for joining the program, man. By the way, man, Nomad, our show did numbers. I was gonna shoot you a message to let you know that I
seen
the show we did together did numbers, man. I just want to throw that. Yeah, it did numbers, man. It did numbers it did my kind of numbers. I don't know if it did Nomad Network and Chicago Bears Central type of numbers, but
hey, numbers is numbers, bro.
Right.
Man,
that's good, man. That's the idea, man, is to keep on cross-pollinating with each other till we all doing the same type numbers, man. That's the whole idea for me, man. I'd love to get on here and do anything I can to just cross-promote, man. We doing the same genre, man. So why not just feed each other, you know?
That's what's up, man. And that's one thing I appreciate about this season more than ever. And that's why I wanted to kind of do this format today, because I think I've done more collaborations this year than I did last year. I got to know more people in the Bears DIY media space. You know what I'm saying? Me and Nomad did something together last year on Barroom Network. This is my first year working with Steve-O and a lot of the guys from Bears Central. We had Berlismo on. We did so much this year, man. And I kind of wanted to celebrate today being the season finale by doing just like a really no formatted show, telling people, hey, pop into my DM section on X, you know what I'm saying? And if we can slide you in here, we slide you in. I got 2 hours. But how you feeling, Nomad, going into this game, man?
Hey, first of all, man, Steve-O, keep it up, man. You're doing a real good job on here, man. Every time I get a chance to check in and see what's going on here, I see you, man. You be on point, man. So you keep that up, man. I like what you're doing. But this is it's gonna be a good matchup, man. Because I see two teams trending and kind of ascending at the same time. Two quarterbacks, you know, that three, I don't know how many years he was down playing backup, but that 3-4 years he was behind Aaron Rodgers, you can tell is really set in well, man. You can't front on Jordan Love, man. That dude's playing some high level football right now. But I look at this matchup kind of the way I looked at the Detroit matchup, and the same way I looked at in the sense that I looked at Jared Goff. Same kind of stuff.
Right.
Only you got legs that can kind of maneuver out of situations. So to me, it's going to be a really good matchup, and it should be. It's a rivalry, man. We're going in their house, but I think Justin's going to come out on the other side of this, man, because I don't know if you noticed, Coach, man, but more and more, you know, you get that complaint about Justin Fields. He drops back, his drop back is too slow and all that old kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But you can see the feet are starting to marry his movements with the ball. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's the corner that I've been looking for him to turn. Is just let his feet talk to him, and his drop back is getting just slightly just a little bit slightly quicker than it usually is, and his feet are telling him where to go with that ball. And so I think they're both trending at the same time. Makes for a great matchup. You can put your Bears fan to the side for a second and just appreciate this competition, man. It's going to be a great matchup. And I think it's going to be a fun game, but I think it's our time, man. I feel like it's our time to turn that corner. This wasn't the same team. This isn't the same team that they saw in week 1 by a long shot. I mean, by a long shot. So they're running into a problem, man. Green Bay, I don't know what they think of us right now, but they're not going to see the same team they saw in week 1.
Well, I know one thing for sure, and I appreciate you bringing me back down to earth, because I've been in player mode, coach mode since Friday, right? Like since Kyle Brandt put that little video out, I've been having a coach's pregame speech stirring in my belly since that happened, because my whole thing, Nomad, is to me, it's the wrong messaging. Everybody jumped on it and retweeted and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hold on to it because I want to get us closer to game time before I let my pseudo pregame speech go. But you make a great point, Nomad. You know what I'm saying? We respect the opponent because they are on the rise and building another, whether you like it or not, building another young juggernaut up there up north in the overglorified dairy farm. But it's like this for me though. I have to put the emphasis where it should be though, because to me everything up there has to do with Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur and the system that he comes from, and you guys can watch out for this. What he does great is, and he did a fantastic job with this in the first game, is he keeps Jordan Love out of trouble. And you guys heard me talk about this and how we should have did it with Justin Fields. That basically followed the blueprint of how you take a young team and ramp them up throughout the season, and you add things to help them develop and grow and mature into an offense. So early on, it was about keeping Jordan Love out of trouble, getting him to 3rd and short, and asking him just to make a simple dump off, simple pass, 3 or 4 yard pass. I'm not asking you to make a big 3rd and 8 throw with anticipation between multiple zone coverages. I'm not putting all that on you early on in the season. I'm going to keep you out of trouble. And then as you've seen throughout the season, he's asked him to do more and more. Now, when he asks him to do more, it's still somewhat 50-50, but I think Matt LaFleur has done an outstanding job, and that's the difference to me. That's the difference. Y'all take y'all bite at that one.
I agree. I'm seeing some of the people in the chat saying like what their concerns in. Like, to me, I know how good of a coach Matt LaFleur is, so you got to come in knowing that you got to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to coaching. So that's the first thing I'm looking at is Getsy. First week, I knew it was an issue because I was like, what game plan is this? While we're playing the dink and dump game, that's not his game, even though he played it pretty well, if you want to be honest.
Right.
But it's just not our game. So if you're coming in with the attitude of we're gonna smack them in the mouth, I have no fear. I have no type of fear with this team, because even if you make some mistakes, the fact that you have that attitude, it's not too much you can do, because talent-wise, they're not messing with us when it comes to the trenches. They're just not. Their O-line is banged up and getting old. Their D-line is nowhere near as it used to be, even though it was always, I don't know, you always looked at it, it was like, eh. But my main concerns is really just, I just need a clean game with some rhythm and make some plays that cost us. I keep saying, one of the worst things I hate about Getsy is his first down calls. His first down calls are trash. They are so trash. And half of the time they kill the drive before he even gets started. But like Coach said, for the last, I wouldn't even say the last few weeks, the whole year, every game, the players outplayed the coaches. every single time, because we should not be playing the way we're playing, the way Justin playing. He shouldn't be playing it. There is no. This is almost like putting Anthony Richardson and telling him to play in shotgun all day.
Right.
You don't do that. And the fact that he's doing that and still finding ways to win games and still be successful, that's the thing most people should be paying attention at. That's the main thing.
I'm gonna pass this thing to Nomad real fast, but I had a great analogy to describe what you just said, Steve-O, that I thought about. I think I mentioned it on the last show. Y'all remember, I'm old enough to remember watching Michael Jordan play, right? And in basketball, you can get a noisy 30 and you can get a quiet 30. The way Justin has to play in this offense with Luke Getsy, he has to put up a noisy 28. It's like a noisy 28. Like you worked your ass off for those 28 points. Whereas when Michael Jordan played, when you have a great system and a good distributor, the Bulls of the 90s had the triangle offense. The system allowed him to have a quiet 30. So he's gonna give you, you know what I'm saying, about 10 points from, you know what I'm saying, that baseline patented turnaround. He's gonna give you about 10 from the line. He's gonna give you a couple 3-pointers. You're gonna look up, how did he have 32 tonight? You don't know how he had 32. And that's really what we need. Nomad, you had the floor, sir.
Man, you guys got me wanting to say so much. Let me reel this back to this. If you guys notice, the last, let's say at least 4 or 5 teams we played, physically there wasn't really a competition. I don't know, the outcome might have been a little different, but I tell you one thing, they have beat pillar to post pretty much every team that they played. I mean, the really good ones, your Detroit, your Cleveland. Cleveland got out of there with a win. Detroit got out of there with a win. But I'm telling you, we beat those teams pillar to post playing balanced football.
Right.
And I think that's what you're going to – I think you're going to get a big ball control game from Chicago, and they're going to play some hellified defense on Detroit. But back to that those play calling, man, I'm going to say this to you guys, and I mentioned this on the first time I came on your show, Coach. I remember mentioning to you that I feel like Eberflus has more of a hand in this offensive play calling than we think.
Did say that.
And I believe Chris sent you the video of what I was talking about. I think he did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So what I was talking to Chris about, privately is I think Flus is his choice for offensive coordinator was planned out. It was a scheme for him to. I mean, what is a brand new offensive coordinator that has no offensive coordinating experience gonna say to Flus when he wants to leverage himself on the offense and say, "Hey, this is what I want you to call"? Right. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna say? Now, if you got a veteran coach that really knows what he's doing, and you got a veteran coach that's qualified and been there and done that, he comes in that room and he's like, "Hey, man, get on out of here. I don't need you coming in here telling us." I think Flus has more of a hand in this game plan, and all through all those ups and downs had a significant Flus influence on it. I'm not absolving Getsy of anything, but I'm telling you, I believe wholeheartedly Flus was responsible for a lot of that horizontal stuff, that those screens and that little stuff. That if you did any homework when we got Flus, like me, I'm gonna go find out what kind of guy this is, and I did all my homework. For sure. One of the things that came out of that was in the interview, a reporter asked him when he was in Indy, "What is the hardest offense for you to deal with?" And quickly he said, teams that stretch the field horizontally. And so I put all that stuff together in my head. That's what he's trying to do. He was trying to give defenses the same problem that he had with the great defense in Indy, stretching the defense horizontal. Anybody that plays enough ball knows that a defense is vulnerable when it has to be stretched wide. Right. And so
I'm glad you just said that. I was doing the same research like literally days ago, and I found some stuff, some verbiage from the front office was like, yeah, the main reason we picked them because we like the offense. So I was like, okay, I think that was the problem. You picked the offense instead of the man that created the offense. And you got to realize that great football coaches don't just come in and say, this is my office, this is how we gonna run it. No, they're gonna look at what we got, look at what we're good at, and then come up with a scheme or a system to go around it. No, you just you figured out what was one of the most difficult offenses to cover, and you said, I want that. But you didn't get the right teacher.
Yeah, what Nomad is saying is plausible. This is why I'm listening also with intent, because I believe if you're going, and I've said this in previous seasons, right? If you're going to build a great organization, and I think somebody was in there in the chat talking about, respecting Green Bay and how Green Bay is structured and all this other stuff. And I don't disagree. One of the things that Green Bay has done all these years is what they've done is they create the system and they draft players into a system that they created. So when you're going out there and drafting players, you're getting a specific type of player and asking him to do a specific job instead of saying, hey, you come in here and I just want you to be a world beater. It goes back to the old Sean McVay saying that any given team is only going to have about 6 to 8 dogs on the team that can traverse systems, meaning those players are system agnostic. They're such good athletes that you can plug them into whatever they do, they're going to be good at it. But that's only 6 to 8 players. You know what I'm saying? What about the other 40-something guys? So what Nomad is saying is making perfect sense. And the politics of what you're saying, Nomad, makes sense, because guess what? I've been part of the staffs where people will deliberately. I give you, and this is a great reminder for me before I go into this interview on Tuesday. You don't necessarily go into the meetings letting everybody know what you know. It's just like going on a job interview, right? You don't necessarily step onto a new job letting everybody know what you know, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to dumb yourself down a little bit, because why? Like Nomad mentioned, maybe Eberflus wants to have the creative control, or when he speaks on the subject, whether it's offensive or defensively, as head coach, he wants it to go his way. He don't want a veteran coach that's going to give him pushback. He wants a guy that's going to go, all right, coach. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it your way.
Right. That's what you want. I do it.
Think about it. Think about it. Just all you got to do is go back in time a little bit. The whole season was an experiment on offense, and they pushed the line so hard with that horizontal passing game to a point where it got everybody in trouble. People were questioning, are you even qualified to be here in the first place? What is going on here? And over the last few weeks, since Justin came back from his injury, you can tell that they're coaching it like they should have been coaching it in the first place, putting him in positions. And we all don't like, so much shotgun and pistol formations. Like to see him on the center a lot more, but it's in a situation where Justin can kind of manage it, and that's where it should have been in the first place. They're playing. They were coaching for their mortality now. The experimenting is over. We need to call some plays that's going to actually be effective, and we've been averaging 28 points since. And so, the crazy part of it is just imagine Flus in a walking in an offensive coordinator's meeting or with the team, and it's a veteran coach that's been there and done that. Coach is gonna be like, with all respect to you, man. Hey, man, get on out of here, man.
Hey, get the fuck out of my room. I know what I do.
I got you, man.
No, for real.
I know what I do. If you come in my room, I don't care who you are. You might be the head coach. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, you can't micromanage the situation. You know what I'm saying? So what are we saying, coach? You know what I'm saying? You saying you want to take over my call sheet? You can give me guidance. You can give me guardrails and say things like, hey, coach, I want to see these many carries. I want to see these many runs. I want to see this particular player get these many touches. But when you start getting into details and specifics to the point where I started questioning myself on game day in my call sheet, and I'm hearing your voice louder than I'm hearing my own instincts as a play caller, yeah, I'm probably not going to be on staff long. I'm going to be like, kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? This is straight up how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
what is Getsy going to tell that man? What is he gonna say? He's a
What
tiger
about-
with no teeth and claws, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you making sense to me. I think we got an interesting debate going on down in the chat because it's part of the same.
Is it interesting,
Listen,
Coach?
it's really not.
I'm about to say because
shout out-
like
shout out to Steve.
in my head, I done broke him down in 2 minutes, and I just feel like he not at the end of the day, the people that real deal people, that their answer is you could bring up factual data like Lisa Mill just did. You could bring up also other information. You know what their answer is gonna be when you're done? That's just an excuse, bro. It's just an excuse.
Right.
So
Yeah,
those people I don't even
Yeah,
entertain no more.
But also too,
It's nuance to it all, man. I mean, you gotta if you really want to analyze a game and the things that go on in the game, you gotta respect the nuance to it, man. And all the stuff that we're talking about is just layers to the onion, man.
yeah,
You can, and if you watch it close enough, you can see it.
right. Here,
Mhm.
and that's essentially what it boils down to. When you start talking about the debates we have amongst fan about Justin Fields, that's what it divides into. It divides into, you know what I'm saying, nuanced fans that understand the details of football versus casual watchers of football. People that, you know what I'm saying, know the color of the jersey and what the box score was. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand, you know, how to put together and how route concept, like if you don't, people don't understand, like, I think Nomad alluded to it, how bad this dude has been at his job.
He been terrible.
How terrible he's been at his job, and to have a player to have to overcome him. I'll give you an example. You put most quarterbacks outside of Lamar Jackson in this same situation, and they would have already been out of the city. They would have you put Caleb Williams with the same coordinator, and I would have given him 6 to 8 games because he would have got him killed.
I was just about to say, Coach, even worse, he'd be sitting right next to Aaron Rodgers trying to get his Achilles soul back.
He will be.
His frustrations, coach's frustrations with a. He's got a prickly personality, man. A very prickly personality.
Yeah.
He's sensitive in a way that he can't handle what Chicago brings on a day-to-day basis, man. If he didn't get hurt, his sensitivity would have got him ran out of town.
Because guess what? You have to, and the character of it all probably bleed into my pregame speech, because part of what fires me up about this whole situation and how Kyle Brandt tried to communicate it to make it a Justin Fields things on you got to go out here and you got to put the franchise on your back. No, fuck that. No, we not doing that. And definitely not today. I'm getting into it, bro, because I've been holding this shit for too long. It's 52 motherfuckers in that locker room, right? This motherfucker put the whole city on his back for 2 seasons when we had Dante fucking Pettis out there running routes. We had no goddamn offensive line a whole season. Almost led the league in rushing, but they snatched that away from him, and they didn't let him get the title. He's shown you can be the best offensive player on the NFL football field with multiple people out there, all stars. I'm talking about the likes of Myles Garrett, this one, that, the. This is not, he's running away from NFLers, defensive linemen. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, right? He comes into this season, you got this ass clown as a coordinator, and y'all still going out there missing blocks, dropping balls. No, today is not about Justin Fields. It's not about Justin Fields. It's about the other 52 motherfuckers letting their nuts drop today, manning the fuck up and realizing we got to have his back for a fucking change. You know what I'm saying? They talking about running this dude. And guess what? If they run him out of town, my job could be on the line too. My family may have to move too. It's just not about Justin. It's about step the fuck up, everybody around him. Somebody should stand up in that locker room before this game and say, Justin, you know what, bro? We got it. You ain't leading the speech today. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should come up to him as a man today and say, look, bro, we not letting you down today. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and if we got to, we get in the huddle, we look at the sideline, and we get a stupid fucking call. We all say collective, give a big fuck you to the sideline, and we call what the fuck we want to, and we win this game. That's what it's about. It's not about one guy. It's a fucking football team. It's not one guy. And everybody puts it on this one dude all the goddamn time. And yet, week after week, the offensive coordinator took 9 plays to move the ball 2 yards to score a touchdown.
Well, but that's just his fault.
Cleveland. And it wasn't,
Coach.
It wasn't even his call that scored the touchdown. It wasn't even Luke's call that scored the touchdown. And you had 9 plays. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. I'm tired of this,
funny
bro.
on social media. It's funny on social media. You go because I'm pretty sure, Coach, you're familiar with a lady by the name of Betsy. She's on Twitter all the time.
Betsy Carr.
So I didn't know anything about the situation. I ain't know nothing about the video Kyle Brandt made, and I think she pegged me saying something to the sense she was like, "You and Coach T are the only ones that I know that will probably have enough sense not to celebrate this video." And sure enough, you didn't. And I hadn't seen it yet, so I look at it. I'm just like, oh, okay,
bro. That shit irked my spirit for 3 hours, and I couldn't even put my thumb on it. I was like, this seems so. I couldn't put words to it when it happened. I was like, this shit seems so wrong. And when it finally came to me, I was like, you're not the guy to give this speech. You're not qualified to motivate a locker room. No, it's that speech. It's the speech I gave in 1994 when we were on the LHD called the USS Wasp. And guess what? And they were handing out bandoliers of 7.76 rounds of ammunition, and we loading up our M16A2 service rifles, and we about to exit the ship in Haiti in 94 and go get busy. That's what it is. It's a band of brothers, 52 of guys locking arms and going out there and putting it on the line for their brothers. It's not about one guy. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If this team is going to do anything in the future, if they're going to be a great or good football in the team in the future, that's what it has to be about. It has to be about them building a good football team.
Coach, can you just answer this bullshit that he just said, because he needs some knowledge.
Man, fuck that, bro. I'm not answering that. It's about listen, I don't give a shit who we get. I don't give a shit who we get. We have to build a football team. It's a unit. You got to get all. That's the cool thing about football and coaching the game. Offense and defense. You have to get 11 guys moving together, doing the same thing at the same time. It is the hardest thing and most difficult thing in sports, whether it's on offense or defense. I can have the best play design. I can have the best quarterback, right? I can have 4 guys on the offensive line doing their jobs, but the center decides he's going to piss down his pants leg on one play, and it fucks up a whole play. Right?
You ain't lying about that, Coach.
But we put it on one person all the time. He has this kid has to make the perfect read, the perfect throw, the perfect this, the perfect that, every damn play.
And he got an audible. But what the fuck you got an OC for?
The guy, when people your average, you got to understand this, man. Kyle Brandt is your average Twitter user that went national and went, made a lot of money. He don't know jack shit. Number one. Number two is your average fan watches a quarterback through a lens watches the game through the lens that I imagine is just you're focused on that. That's what you see is the quarterback and what he's doing. I would imagine, instead of somebody that has trained eyes that can kind of see the whole thing play out and the whole field and compass, like my eyes and your eyes, Coach, and probably yours too, my man. I see a game. I don't know how to really describe it, but I'm looking at everything. I can see it all in one little shot. I can't see how it all executes, but I can see if something's going wrong and something's not going right. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
real. It's difficult to describe, but you get trained to watch it in a certain kind of way. You can never unsee it. You know, a game
No
that
man,
way. But
I ain't gonna lie. It's all about asking questions. You want to know the main reason why I understand football the way I do is because I simply was watching the game and I seen, okay, for example, if I see a play that broke up, you'd be like, why did that happen? Why did that happen? You go look at
Right.
it again and you look for the whys. So you check everything. You see, okay, what the call is. You
Right.
find out what the call is. Okay, now you looking at the quarterback eyes. You seeing if he changing anything else. Okay, he hike. The first thing when I do, I'm looking at the line first. Hike, especially with this team. So I look at that. Is that good? Okay. Then I look at the wide receivers when they start to break. Especially with this team, too many of the times. First of all, I'm gonna say it. Our wide receiver coach is trash. Because all technically sound, I don't think none of our wide receivers is that good. Just because technically how they break and the way, and that's what you said earlier. I wanted to bring it up. Why it seems like Justin is taking so long to get in his set when he's dropping back. He waiting.
Yeah, holds the ball too long. I'm tired of the
He's
same.
waiting.
I'm tired of the same old talking point. Holds the ball too long. These are the same people that only watch the game on the live broadcast. That's their only experience of football is on the live broadcast. Holds the ball too long, but are you seeing when the wide receivers are breaking? Right?
Exactly.
So we this. You don't see stupid shit like this. You don't see that it's 3rd and 4. It's 3rd and 4. We need 4 yards for a first down. But on third down, we got a 10-yard route concept call. Nobody can. We need 4 yards, but nobody's breaking at 5 or 6 or 7. They're still running at 8 and 9, and not even breaking at 8 and 9. You're not seeing that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So break it down like this, Coach. Break it down like this. In other words, what he's saying, you got a 4-yard gain or something you need to get. So it should be 1,001, 1,002. Ball is out. But instead, you got the routes that are not breaking until way down the field. Now it's 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. And hopefully somebody is getting open and curling or doing a cut or something like that. That's the difference. That's the difference between night and day in football terms.
Bro.
That's just not a lot of time, and it's too much time at certain points.
But when you watch other teams do it, when you watch other teams play, watch this. You can see it on live broadcast within frame. It's 3rd and 4. You see them breaking for the ball within the frame. It's our guys that's running off frame somewhere down the field. You know what I'm saying? On a vertical route.
Right, 15 yards down.
15 yards down the field on 5-man protection. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, stop it. You don't know the game.
But this is what they say. Justin's supposed to see. No, I like what Nomad said. He said it's like an onion. People really need to understand football is like an onion. They try to make it seem like football is so black and white. It's not just that or this is the reason why this play didn't work.
Bro,
It's a multitude. It's a multitude of reasons, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If the only way you can diagnose football, if the foundation of your football takes right now, I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. I don't give a fuck. If the foundation of your football takes is off of stats and stats alone, you are missing it. Stats cannot properly diagnose the nuance and the details and the dynamics of a singular football play, right? Somebody said this the other day, right? When we was in the spaces, Mac was talking about off-season training. He was like, well, you know what I'm saying? These guys should be doing this and should be doing this in the off-season, right? And I let him talk because I'm listening. Because what y'all need to understand about me, right? I have a life rule. Before I start fussing and preaching and cussing and stuff, I'm a teacher first, right? So he's talking about off-season and how Justin quarterbacks should be training, period, right? And he was like, the reason why the game is going south because these players got their individual coaches. They should be working with the team coaches in the off-season, blah, blah. And I said, Matt, tell me this. What do you think the quarterback works on in the offseason when he's not with the team? Right? I said, do you think he's working on the Chicago Bears playbook plays? And he said, well, yeah, why wouldn't he? I said, here's another indicator that you don't know what you're talking about and how football kind of works in the offseason. These quarterbacks get with their individual coaches to go and work on the mechanics of actually throwing the football. They go to work on their footwork. They go to work on how to go through their handoff motions, how to actually properly step and come out of a under center position, and how to get their feet right when they have to do play fakes and all this stuff. And they're learning the song and dance of actual quarterback mechanics. Nobody is going off in the offseason and saying, hey, I'm finna go play for play or play. And watch this, even if they did do that, right? A individual pass play can see up to 6 to 8 different coverages. How effective would that be if I don't have a defense out there running scout team against the looks that we're going, right? So if I can't replicate all 6 to 8 looks, what am I actually really practicing? The only thing and the only time it's effective is when you actually get reps, live reps in the game, or when we get to training camp and we get to get busy. By the way, I got another guest in the building. Y'all know who it is. I hope he can hear us. I got to bring him up on the stage. It's the super back, Mr. Sean Sierra.
Oh, hell no, Sean. You moonlighting on me, man. I thought you were supposed to be. Oh, you ain't in Green Bay right now, are you? Sean froze up.
Yeah, I think he might. He's traveling.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's up, fella?
Hey, don't hit nothing, man.
Man, my insurance ain't that good.
How you feeling, son?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I went swimming this morning. Had a great night's sleep. I went swimming this morning. Been running some errands around the crib. I feel good, baby.
That's what's up, man. Hey, no matter Steve-O got me fired up in here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you got a little bit of feedback, so I can turn back a little bit.
All right, so here's what I can do. I can take out my earpiece and just go off the speaker on the phone, if that's all right. We'll try that, all right?
That sounds like a plan, man. Yeah. I'm gonna bring you back up. Yeah, man. I listen, guys. I didn't really want to make this about all the naysayers today, bro. But it's just annoying, bro. Like,
very much so.
I know. Hey, Coach.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Let me tell you something, man. One thing, like I got it. I understand what we do for a living, man. Or we don't do it for a living, but what we do to build our channels and stuff like that. So I'm nice about it. When let's say I make a point about blah blah blah. Say it's Justin about this or that. I say what I got to say on Twitter, and people like it or they don't like it. But when somebody come back to me to try to counter what a point that I'm making with a PFF stat or something like that, hey man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you might not get a bad reaction from me on Twitter, but just know in real life, if I saw you, I probably want to slap the hell out you. I just want you to know.
For real. Like, no, for real, like it's so like. And it's so bothersome because it's so like, bro, you can't sit here and bring up no stats. And I know just by how you talking, you didn't watch the game. You have to watch this game because the numbers can't coincide, but numbers also lie. It's certain things that you can see with your own naked eye, tape or not, that you could just see with your own eyes and be like, ain't no stat gonna show me that. Ain't no stat gonna show me bad snaps. Ain't no stat gonna show me that Lucas Pastor is one of the worst centers in this league.
Right. Let me bring this back for a minute and ask Sean some questions, right? So I know before I went on the tangent and got these guys fired up, right? I was really talking about the matchup with Matt and Matt LaFleur and Matt Eberflus. I feel like Eberflus is kind of risen his level risen the level of his defense. I think he can match him today. I think that's going to be really the key battle. You know what I'm saying? Like Luke is going to Luke, but Matt Eberflus can't have a bad day. Can you hear me?
No, are you talking to me? Sorry, Papa.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Sean.
Oh, yeah, Eberflus he's got to have a good day, and you know what? He's got more horses, man. Just like Justin, he got some dogs with him now. He didn't have Montez Sweat before. He didn't have the confidence of a Tyreek Stevenson he had before. You know what I'm saying? He's got, and then I'm not sure. I know that what's his name was questionable, Jalen Johnson, but hey.
Speaking of Jalen, I think I got some Jalen. I think he's out. That's some breaking news.
Yeah, he was doubtful. Yesterday, he was doubtful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's out today.
Okay, so Terrell Smith's going to have to step up and do his thing. And that's the good thing about him throughout the season and them rotating. So
he got them reps.
You know, people remember the one play that Montez Sweat was out and they had the long, I forgot what game it was. Like, why do you have him out? And such and such. Okay, I get it. But there's a rotation involved because it comes down to you can't have a game like this and somebody's out and all of a sudden you got to put someone in who's got no reps. You got to put people in meaningful reps. Yeah, it's good to get them in when you're winning by 2-3 touchdowns and get them reps. Cool, that helps. Right. But you also got to get them in during meaningful reps because there's a whole different feel. You all know this. There's a whole different feel when you're up 25 and a guy's in. And you're up 3 and they're driving and the guy's in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a different feel, and you got to get that. You got to deal with that pressure. You got to deal with that in the regular season or early on because it's different at every level. So, you know, I think Eberflus has some dogs with him. I think the emergence of Billings really. I mean, come on, man. Game 1, he's got no chemistry, no familiarity with his team. Yeah. Okay. Javon Dexter Sr. still trying to get out of the 2-gap system. Right. Okay. These dudes are balling now. These dudes are comfortable in this system now. So Matt Eberflus got a much better squad now. Same folks except for Montez Sweat. Same folks at him, but you got guys with confidence. You got guys who are ready. And you know what? This is sour taste in the mouths of a lot of these guys. They don't like that. The way that the Packers came in and handled it to us big time. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. They handled it to us. That was a good old-fashioned ass whooping. Yeah, at home. At home.
Now, this is something that I learned from the Washington tape when we lost a bunch of DBs that game and we were beat up. And Smith played and a few other guys played. I think Stroman played, right? Y'all remember that game. Matt Eberflus didn't pull no punches. He didn't say, oh, you know what I'm saying, I got bench guys in here. I'm not going to call my defense. So we know he's going to call his stuff. He feels comfortable calling his stuff. But I think that's the critical matchup because I don't think it's a game if our Matt can't match the Green Bay's offense, you know what I'm saying, strategically, right? From a play calling perspective. And I'm going to tell you something I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for, similar to when I was at the Detroit game, the moment I knew that Matt Eberflus had Ben Johnson's number in that game, right? The way I knew, and it's just like one of the coaching indicators, right? The moment the opposing coach goes into his bag for his trick play early in the game, he's out of his script. He's nervous. So I'm going to be looking for that moment where I see Matt LaFleur run his key trick play that's on his call sheet because it's an indicator that, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not comfortable with my script. It's not going according to plan. I need to call something to call. I just need to call something to loosen the boys up a little bit. So I feel like if Matt can match his energy, then it all becomes about Luke and what the offense does, right? Steve-O made a great point earlier. And I don't have the graphic because this wasn't the organized show. This was to get the family together. It's Green Bay week, so we can all get together and say FGB together and all that good stuff. But one of the things that I will give, and I did give Luke Yetsy credit for this week, was this. Since week 10, he seemed to have settled into his personnel groupings. That The play calling still dog shit, but the personnel groupings he settled into. So he settled into and been more consistent with 12, use of 12, 13, 21, and 22 personnel. So to Steve-O's and to Nomad's point, if he just comes out and says, listen, we're going to out-physical them and we're going to make it a street fight on offense, shorten the game, I think we're going to be all right, bro. And I think our offensive line will have the advantage.
Hey, Coach, can I give you a quick nugget? I got to get out of here and get ready for our show that's going to come on right after. I don't know how long you're going to be on, but we'll be on at 2:30 on the Nomad Network, Nomad Live pregame. But I'll give you a quick nugget to pay attention to defensively in the game. Of course, they're going to test a rookie that hasn't logged as many snaps as Tyreek has. But I'll tell you how they're going to test it. They're going to do those drag pick routes to try to rub him a little bit and try to get him off of coverage and get him untacked from his man. If he can be disciplined enough, if they got a system worked out that they worked on this week on it's basically a technique to it. It's basically you can't get too wide if you go over, and you can't get too low if you go under.
Right.
Me being a DB, I just know that stuff. And I think that's you. If you see that early, them trying Terrell Smith on pick routes, that's the game that they think they can win on us.
I appreciate that. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I know you had a show to do, Nomad. I'm going to welcome my guy CB to the show for the first time. Like I told you, it's a Bears family affair. I don't know if you can hear CB, but
hey, man, I want say something to Nomad before he bounces.
Peace and love, you guys, man. I got to bounce out, man. I'll holler
Hey,
at
real
y'all.
quick, Nomad, before you bounce.
All right.
That you're talking during man, right? Obviously.
In man coverage, yeah.
Yeah. My thing, and it's funny you mentioned that. My thing was his technique in zone. Are they going to try and attack behind him in zone? Are they going to get a flare or a short crosser to his side in cover 2, run that safety away, and have that whole area behind him, and have a crosser come behind him? And that's the thing that I was worried about I'm worried about with him. Can he see the crosser that's coming behind him from the opposite side of the field? Because if he can, then he can sink. I think that's how they were. Me personally, I was wondering that's how I think they're going to attack him in cover 2, is try to keep him up in the flat and attack right behind him by running that safety off. And man, that's a big play right there. There's a lot of real estate at that particular point. But
it's whole shot opportunities there, but it's rules and keys you have to maintain. You can't get under a certain depth. You can't get over a certain depth. It's like an in-between technique that you have to play. There's rules to that defense. And for him, being as lengthy as he is, I like his chances for whole shot to be able to interrupt something, over the top of him,
Jalen and Tyreek have really gotten good at that. So hopefully he's right along with them. So we'll see. I'll bring that up to you.
That's what's up. I appreciate those nuggets. On that news, man, I got my man CB in the building. CB, we just got word that Jalen Johnson.
Peace and love, you guys, man. I'm out, man.
All right, man. We'll check you out. Well, I'll try and pop over once we get done.
All right, my guy.
Just got word, CB, that Jalen Johnson is out for the game, but we not even tripping, bro. We got Smitty out there. Smitty been playing all season. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling about that?
Well, I'm feeling like that. I think Smith gonna do a good job. He's been doing a good job all season, and I'd rather Jalen Johnson, heal up, and get ready to receive that contract that he about to get. And
you think Ryan Poe's ready to break him off?
Oh,
now
man,
that he got that Pro Bowl nod.
Man, my man's about to get that money, Joe. So, I mean, that's what it's all about right there. He about to get that cash, and when he get it, the Bears gonna be better off for it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna shift this thing to the offensive side. Y'all know I got a lot to say about the offensive side. So I'm gonna start it with Steve-O. I know we got into it a little bit out of frustration, but you know what I'm saying? Steve-O, we pretty much be locked in, locked foot and step on the offensive perspective on it. So like what are the key elements for you offensively You know what I'm saying? I know what we working with, but even with what we working with, like it's like, bro, it's like it's like your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got a vehicle, but the windows don't work. It's like
you know they get stuck somewhere in the midway point. Yeah, that back door, you got to open it from the outside instead of the inside. Yeah, like I know, like like I say every week, I'm tired of the shotgun, but you're gonna see it. So it's all about I think the main thing, if you can run this type of system, it's all about setting things up. It's all about setting things up. That's the number one thing I say. Don't do there's certain plays you cannot do to do it first, for one. That's like I don't need to see no read options in the first as a first down. That should never be the case.
Case in
point.
Should
never be the case. I should never see that again. Stuff like that. I don't want to see that.
Or if you're gonna go gun, go pistol.
Go pistol, right?
Because
we seen them Flus. The one time we actually seen visually Fields being upset is because him and Getzy was arguing over being under center or in pistol. So that should tell you how key formations is for any play. That should just tell you off that. So like that, you gotta set up contingency plays. You just got to. If you don't do if you gonna do the RPO, you better have something for if they bring that safety down. That's when you bring that RPO in, so you can hit something right behind them.
Pause. And you just reminded me of something. I'm gonna pause you right there. I tried to set Sean up the other day. He know where I'm going with this. I tried to set Sean up. Sean, Herb, Howard. I don't know who else I tagged in this question because as I reviewed the film, it pissed me off. Luke Gessie called several zone read plays against Atlanta. Five of them ended in keeps on the zone read, right? 5 of those plays ended in the keep where Justin kept the ball because the outside linebacker defensive end crashes down. After the second one or the first one, Atlanta said, okay, I'm walking the safety down to account for the quarterback. Meaning you're not going to give it and score. You're not going to keep it and score. I'm going to walk the safety down to account for the quarterback. Nowhere in that game did Luke Gessie run the RPO off of that. The RPO is the answer, and it was why it was invented. They invented the RPO as the contingency play for the zone read, and he never ran it. So I wanted to hear his answer. That's why I tried to set Sean up them to ask him a third. What is your answer? Because if you say anything else, like I understand that he doesn't have, he shouldn't, and he wouldn't give away the answer. I understand the reality of that, Sean. But if he imply anything other than the RPO, or he gave a look of confusion as if he didn't know what the hell you was talking about, I'm like, yo, yeah, we gotta go. You
gotta bounce.
Yeah, well, that was unfortunately I don't get to go to Hallis on Thursdays to ask him, and that was the last one. I agree with you, and that was the one thing that I've been saying all year. Where the hell are the slants?
Right.
Where the hell are the slants? If you want to walk a safety down, and then you run an RPO, Justin pulls it, and the safety's up. Man, there's nobody there. There's nobody there on the slant, and now Justin could do one of two things. He could hit that slant, or when he sets up, he turns his shoulders to throw. That dude might jump up, try and pass, and once you get off his feet, Justin can pull it back down and take off.
And he gone.
I'm gonna tell y'all why. In the moment I sent that tweet was, I'm sitting there watching it on film, and on film you saw it. The whole front part, the line of scrimmage was crowded. Behind him, if he ran the RPO, was one safety and nothing.
They had like 11 in the box.
Yeah, it was like nothing. It was wide open. I'm like, bro, how you claim against Minnesota you're running RPOs and screens, right? But in this situation, you can't find the RPO to save your life. And so when we're talking to people and we're arguing with them about football dynamics, you know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that drives me crazy, because I'm like, bro, if you can't look at it and with this level of detail to understand that this dude is just that incompetent, then we're not even having the conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back to Steve.
I mean,
No, go CB.
Go CB. CB, what you think offensively, man, we need to do to keep the chains moving it?
I mean, the things that I think we need to do offensively to keep the chains moving is do exactly what we was doing against Arizona when they was bringing on blitzes. I don't know if that was on Gessie or if it was on Justin. I don't say it was more on Justin because he kept his eyes down the field. He needs to continue to do that and continue to make plays even when everything break down, and just continue to get the ball in the hands of his eligible receivers, whoever he is. Get it to the people talking about something he holding the ball too long. I don't care about that because most quarterbacks hold the ball long. I don't think a quarterback should just throw. I don't think it's just 1, 2, 3, throw it. Listen, that don't make no sense, because if the person's not open, why would you throw to a person not open?
They want us to throw pick. They want them to throw interceptions.
They want to throw picks, right? They want to throw interceptions.
And that's the thing, CB. That's what I pointed towards. I said all them Bajan lovers. The reason why he's holding the ball is the same reason why Tyson got all them damn picks.
Yeah, matter of fact, when they put Bajan in, I said Bajan trusts
you
Luke
called
Gessie.
out the picks.
Yeah.
You predicted the picks.
Sean probably missed that part of the season. Sean, when during the Bajan era, not only was I calling out the picks, I was calling out what side he's going to throw the picks to.
I'm sitting there, like, this man was Nostradamus out here. He was like, yo, he's going to throw this pick to this side over here. He was telling us in the space.
Throw it to the right flat. The scout report was out on base. He's going to throw it to the right flat.
He threw 2 of them. He threw 3 of them, bro.
Because here's the thing. And I said this as part of that take, Tyson trusts Luke too much. And
Justin trusts
Justin don't trust him. So when they say Justin holds the ball too long or he's slow reading, he's not trusting what he's seeing, because what he's seeing is not correctly orchestrated. Guys, like I said, this is the only analogy I could come up with. If I'm the author of a book and I wrote stupid ass sentences with no subject noun agreement, you know what I'm saying? Like you write sentences, and I wrote them, we're all taught to read left to right, right? But if I made you and I taught you to read, hey, start over here, bounce over here, start over here, bounce over here. You know what I'm saying? Is the teacher wrong or the student wrong? Do you call a student stupid because you didn't teach him how to read correctly? And it's not so much him. It's not so much that you taught Justin to read incorrectly. It's that you've written incoherent sentences, right? And then what fans can't see is you stick one good sentence in the middle of it and say, well, this was a good sentence. This one sentence,
good chapter.
Yeah, a good chapter. This was one correctly written chapter out of a whole book, right? So they'll see the one play that Luke Gessie might have designed, one play he designed that looked coherent, but you ignore the other 13. So when he's open, Justin hadn't been able to trust you for 12 other chapters. So why am I just going to automatically see something open and say, oh yeah, I'm ripping it right now? No, the 12, whole book.
I was about to say 12 other chapters and 2 other books.
Exactly. And that's really the best analogy I could come up with. He has to be able to look at CJ Stroud last night. The swagger that CJ plays with comes from the fact that he trusts Bobby Slowick in the end. He's throwing the ball in the spaces before the receiver gets there, but he understands the places that the positions that Bobby's putting them in.
And Coach, can I just say this right quick?
Go ahead.
And I don't understand the praise what you just said right there. I don't understand the praise people give CJ Stroud without giving that same praise to the offensive coordinator that's happened to be giving
those stats guys.
You know what I'm saying? Giving him these things. And the fact that we want to talk about stats, I believe that the Houston Texans got like 3 guys that's in the top 30 in separation as well. So, you know what I'm saying? You put all that together, of course he's going to be doing how he.
Those are people that devalue coaching too, right? So they don't think the coaching aspects in the NFL is as valuable. Go ahead, Sean. I feel like you got something for it.
Yeah, so and it's funny you mentioned that because that's one of the things that I mentioned to people. Somebody put a meme up and said, you know, CJ Stroud 4,000 yards, blah 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 blah. And I said, listen, and then like fire, get rid of Trey Fields, whatever. I'm like, people don't understand. Like you name me a quarterback that you consider good in the NFL today. I'll tell you who's behind him. I'll tell you who's calling the plays. I'll tell you who's developing him. I'll tell you who his
weapons
around that quarterback. And people don't understand that. And people are talking about, well, CJ Stroud, blah blah blah. Okay, well he's got Bobby Slowick. Let's see how well CJ Stroud does when Bobby Slowick leaves to become a head coach somewhere.
You made the point I was starting to make last night, son. I started to tweet that last night. I must have gotten distracted by that. I started to tweet. I said Bobby's going to get a job next year, and I started to send this tweet.
Maybe not next year.
Man, listen, Bobby getting a head coaching job.
That man got 4,000 yards.
Bobby manufactured 4,000 yards and got a freshman team into the playoffs. Bobby's going to get a job. Bobby going to get a job quicker than Ben Johnson. Put a stamp. Okay. Put a stamp on it. Ben is. I'm gonna tell you right now. Ben's stock went down after we played Detroit the first game.
The first time. Both, not just one. Both Getsy and Flus murdered them. By the whole game.
Specifically, Flus. Flus had Ben Johnson's number by the second quarter. And I said, listen, Detroit is finna limp along the rest of the season after this game. The tape is out. Everybody's coming up to me after the game, Detroit fans. I'm there. They were like, hey, blah, blah. I said, bro, y'all done. Y'all are cooked. The tape is out. Jared Goff can't throw the ball against disguised cover 2 zone. He can't find a hole in it. Jared Goff goes on a tear of throwing interceptions all over the NFL. It was like an Oprah Winfrey show. He was giving out balls to everybody. Paul.
You get one.
Everybody was getting an interception. Everybody was getting one. So going back to Bobby's situation with Bobby Slowick, anytime you do less with what's perceived, do more with what perceived is less, eyes are going to be on you. 4,000 plus yards, and you got a rookie quarterback in the playoffs, and you're a Kyle Shanahan disciple.
A real one.
Bro gonna get a job. I wish we would have snacked him.
Well, that's the thing, and that's the thing that's bad for us. It was actually a dual-edged sword. So yeah, we were able to stop him, but in doing that, what that is that now the book goes out and his stock goes down. So if he doesn't get a job this year, I'm talking about OG Bobby Johnson.
Right.
He's in Detroit still, and that's another year with him and Jared Goff together, which I don't like because he's revived Jared Goff's career.
Yeah.
He's revived Jared Goff. Man, remember people? Why do you think LA traded him?
but at the same time, Sean, I ain't scared of him. I'm gonna tell you like Big St. Brown told his little brother after the first game. I loved it because that episode just came across my timeline on YouTube. And I watched it. Big St. Brown told his little brother, he said, bro, we got y'all number. he said, I don't care what y'all do for the rest of the season. We own y'all. He said, y'all barely got past us. We let y'all off the hook. We own y'all. And when you own the team defensive, and this is how it relates to this game. Here's our opportunity for Flus to do to Matt LaFleur what he did to Ben Johnson in the first game. You wasn't calling plays the first time we played him at the first game of the season. You're calling the defense now. Flus, you show us what you got. Because if you can just show us, and by the way, I'm not one of these people to say Watch this. I want to win the game desperately, badly. I want to win this game. I know I do. But I'll tell you what I'll take. I will take a moral victory in this game. You know what that moral victory looks like for me? And Sean, you know this.
I think I could tell you.
You know this from playing the game, Sean. You know this from coaching the game. The moral victory that I will take if we lose this game is if we go up there and physically beat the dog shit out of them. Like so bad that they know coming into next season, oh shit, man. What? We play the Bears, win. They looking for us on the schedule before they release it. And they head go down. That's the moral victory. If you don't win the game, win the fight.
You're gonna be Cat Williams. When we walk into the building, heads go down.
Heads go down. And that's on Cat.
That's the whole thing, is that it's an attitude. It's set the tone, and that's why, hey, first of all, I couldn't tell you how proud I was yet. I was patting myself on the back last week when their first 3rd and 1, and they're like, number 75 reports is eligible. I'm like, yeah.
That felt pretty good then, son. See, that's why that's why now you understand. I'm glad you brought that up. Because I was gonna actually call you and talk to you about that. But I'm glad you brought that up, son. This is why I said I gotta act like I got some sense because my wife on the channel now. I gotta act like I got some sense now. Deshaun, this is why I said when you asked that question and Justin kind of snapped on you, that's why I said that was such a watershed moment. Because for us DIY media people, right? It's the first time that the mainstream media folks have acknowledged us. And I said, that's a win for us. It's the first time that they acknowledged us, but also they got on 670 to score and they called Sean's name out, but they also mentioned the fact that, hey, he played the game, he coached the game, he knows what he's talking about. And that's what they need in the room. They need more of us that know the game, that know what we're talking about. Even as a consultant, right? To come through and be like the type of question I sent you the other day, Sean, these are the type of questions they need to be asking. Hold on a second, Luke. You ran zone read 15 times. Justin kept on 5. You know what I'm saying? They shut it down after the second one. What was the contingency play? Why are we wasting plays on that again? Why are we wasting plays? And like, go ahead.
It was like I said, it was refreshing, and I tell you, I felt real good patting myself on the back. But I don't want it to stop there. Like they brought in Borum and 3 times, and all 3 times it didn't work. Well, you don't just go unbalanced line. Like no. I'm talking. I need to get funky with it. I need you to get that mug in motion. I need you. I told you my whole thing. Who's their best D lineman? Who's their best dude? Okay, bet. Guess who's getting wham blocked? Guess who's getting trapped on that first 3rd and 1? Guess who's getting, you know what? I let him go. I give him a quick jab, let him go. He comes up and, I got you. No, you don't. Wham.
Yeah.
That sets the tone. That sends a message like, all right, we're here to play. And I'm not expecting that defensive lineman to quit. I'm expecting that defensive lineman to go, damn, these jokers are here to play for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me tighten this up a little bit more because I'm in for a fight.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know what angle the trap or the counter is coming from. I remember one of the games that stick out in my mind, bro, is the John Gruden revenge game versus Khalil Mack. I think we played that game in London. Man.
Yeah, we did.
Bro, John Gruden drug Khalil Mack all over that football field that game. He smacked. He beat the dog snot out of him. He blocked him from every angle that a football coach could have possibly blocked a DN or linebacker. It was personal. You could tell.
He foul angles.
Yeah, I would say. I was like, bro. Khalil Mack, he might not make it out of this game. He might not make it out of this game because he was getting crack blocked. He was getting crack blocked. He was getting fold blocked. He was getting wham blocked. He was getting trapped. He was getting countered. I was like, bro, this is abuse.
But that sets the tone, Coach. That's what we're talking about.
It does.
This is what bothers me about Getsy. He doesn't set the tone. That's the thing. Because you find out, man, I'm telling you, I'm having that 300-pound. Where's Aiden Hutchinson? Where's he at? Got you. Okay, guess what? Everybody's blocking down. This dude's coming across and knocking your ass out. You're only 250, 260? I got a 300-pound guard with a head start. All right, deal with that. Deal with that, big dog. See how you like it. All right, then when they're you know what I'm saying? It's all about an attitude. This attitude, and even this run game still bothers me because we're not as dominant. I don't feel like we go for the kill. I don't feel like we out to embarrass you. Like I'm not trying to beat you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to embarrass you. Make it so when time we play, you're like, God.
And people don't get that, man.
Sean, that's not what we trying to do. That's the thing.
Yeah. And that's part of the personality.
Yeah.
I believe that comes off from Luke Getsy. I don't know. I think Herb Howard probably asked this question to Braxton Jones. Have you ever been in a street fight in your life? Maybe Braxton's rookie season. Herb asked him that question. But somebody need to ask Luke that question, bro. Have you ever? Because to me, listen, even as a offensive coach, I coach ball through my life experiences, right? I sit in front of my players and tell them, bro, when I install the power I concept, Sean, the power play, the counter play, I say I should be able to call this play, and you should be able to walk up to the line of scrimmage and point to the hole we're running it through, and it's nothing to do about it. Because there's a saying in coaching. There's no adjustment for we're just bigger, badder, more physical, and tougher than you. There's no coaching adjustment for that. There's nothing the defensive coordinator can call when, like Sean says, you calling those wham blocks, when you calling those trap plays. All you can do is pause, bend over and grab your ankles and take it. You're gonna have a little bit of a Fleece Johnson moment up in here.
Hey, Coach, I got a dip. Thank you for having me on.
I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you. I'm finna hop off here in a second myself.
Yeah, I got a couple more minutes. I'm pulling up to the spot. But one of the things that when I was a D coordinator, Coach, like, man, I'd be like, nope, you're not physical enough. And we'd run it over again. Nope, we're not physical enough. Nope, we're not physical enough. We're running again. Nope, we're not physical enough.
Yep.
And
it's supposed to have a sound to it.
Yeah.
Football has a sound.
And sound, and it's got a feel.
Yeah, it has a sound in the field.
I got to feel that when you and I'll tell you what, the year we won the public league championship and we played in the prep bowl at Soldier Field. I had a linebacker / fullback who was that was my dude, man. I worked with him literally he played for me, track there, just one of the best kids. And as a linebacker, he
that's the when you found the parking spot.
No, they're coming out. I loved it in the parking lot. But this was a team that they've been real physical, and first play was a lead. This boy filled the hole and pancaked the fullback. Pancaked. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Pancake the fullback on an ISO. Linebacker filled the hole. My kid filled the hole. And, dude, he pancaked, dude. The running back had to jump over, and the cavalry got him. But I was like, this is what and then we went and filmed, like, this is what I mean when I say fill the hole. This is what I need every single time. So, it's got to feel. Because, we felt that. And you know the stands. It was like, woo.
Oh, yeah. I'm saving that, too. A big hit early, offense or defense. I don't care. Somebody send a message. Hell, matter of fact, this is one of those games where you take a 15-yard in the first quarter.
Yep. Oh, hell yeah.
I'll tell the defense, hey, I'll take one. I'll pay your fine.
You know
I'm paying your fine.
You put your face mask under his God blessed chin. You put your face mask under his God blessed chin. Not the crown of your helmet. Put your face mask under it. I don't care if you bust this stuff wide open. Let them know it's a street fight. Let them know for the next 8 years, it's going to be a street fight.
Told y'all, look.
Then again, that's just me.
Cornelius said Minnesota is lighting up the there. I told y'all, bro, they crap. paper.
Hey, Coach,
They paper champions, bro.
I just got to the spot. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you, man.
All right,
I'll check in with you. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, now.
That's it, man. That's the group for Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T, man. Listen, I'm going to leave y'all with this, man. I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to go back to what I said about Kyle Brandt's message to Justin Fields, man. Nah, Kyle, that's not it. Right? I'm going to look right in the camera and tell y'all what it is, man. It's not about Justin Fields on the day. You know what I'm saying? You got the Chicago Bears in the season finale, week 18, going up to Green Bay, Lambeau Field, to face arch rivals on their turf in January. Off berth on the line for the Green Bay Packers. It's not about Justin Fields today. It's about the 52 other guys in that locker room, the other 10 guys on offense, the 11 guys on, right? The 11 guys on each of the other special teams units, right? Going in that locker room and deciding amongst themselves that they're going to let their nuts drop today and they're going to man up and they're going to put their lives on the line for Justin. It's the other way around. That's how football is played. It's a concerto of physical specimens going out there and doing their individual jobs. It's 11 men on offense doing their individual jobs, right? And playing out of their mind for the guy that has put this city on his back, this football team on his back for 3 years now. 3 years now, right? Went out there. This is the same guy that Nagy allowed to get blown up 9 times in his very first football game versus the Cleveland Browns. This is the same guy on a rebuilt, stripped down team for an entire season, goes out there and shows the NFL that he can be the best athlete / quarterback on the field and almost broke Michael Vick's single season rushing record. This is Michael Vick we're talking about. All the players that have played quarterback at the quarterback position in the NFL, including Michael Vick, including Randall Cunningham, including Lamar Jackson. This is the dude that almost broke that record, but they pulled him because I felt like they didn't want him to break the record because then that would have given him negotiation leverage and he would have been too beloved in the city for them to replace him. That guy that still consistently throughout this season, although having one of the worst offensive coordinators in the entire history of the NFL, goes out and shows that he still can be the best athlete / quarterback on the football field, flicking off the likes of Myles Garrett and juking people and going around them and still throwing the ball on the move for touchdown. That guy, go out and put your life, your physical body on the line for that guy, because that guy's the guy that's held you down for an entire football season. The other 52 guys, I'm putting it on them. I'm not putting it on Justin Fields because we know this for certain. Justin Fields is going to do what Justin Fields does. If anybody is going to show up, it's going to be Justin Fields. We're not worried about Justin Fields, right? We know, or what we don't know and what we haven't known is if everybody else on this roster was to raise their level of play about 2 or 3 notches, what this team could be, including the offensive coordinator, including the guy calling the plays. Don't go out there and be cute, Luke Getsy. This is not the day to be cute. It's our arch rivals. Yes, it's your former team, but guess what? This is your opportunity to bust your old buddies in the mouth. Run them over. Be physical. Run right at them. Run all tackle, but take it to their head. Go heavy personnel and get after their ass. That's all you got to do. So it's not about that guy. It's not about that guy. If everybody else does their job, then the question will be answered. And we will go into next season knowing who our quarterbacks is. We'll wake up tomorrow knowing what the future holds for Chicago Bears football at the quarterback position. And we can continue to build this team into the juggernaut it's going to become. That's my message to the rest of the football team. My counter message to Kyle Brandt's message to Justin Fields. That's all I have for y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. I'm boy Coach T with Chicago Bears 360. I'll see y'all at halftime on the Barroom Network and the post-game show. Join us as we talk about the results of this, good, bad, and indifferent, and you know what I'm saying, we'll live with the rest. So for now, until later, y'all know what it is. It's beers up, beer down, and always FGB. Y'all know what it is. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. Coach T, I'm out.